Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Scott to Grow Podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Today I'm talking about Season 3, Episode 15, Spacetime. Just going to be starting off with the plot summary and then just talking about some general elements of this episode that I liked and any foreshadowing or Easter eggs I might have noticed. The plot summary for this episode goes: S.H.I.E.L.D. picks up an emergency call about Daisy and finds the caller who was shown a vision of his death by the inhuman Charles Hinton in time for him to learn Daisy's name before being murdered by Hydra, who captured Charles. Daisy is able to touch Charles first, giving her a vision of his death. Hive promises to reward Malik with true power for sending word through the portal. They use Charles to obtain a powerful exoskeleton from a private corporation. Desperate to prove that Faith is not fixed, S.H.I.E.L.D. seeks to stop Daisy's vision from playing out by sending May to find Charles instead of Daisy as the vision showed. But at the last minute, Gardner arrives, stating that he wants to say goodbye to May before he transforms into Lash for good. Subsequently, Daisy goes to the corporation where S.H.I.E.L.D. has tracked Hydra and Charles and finds Malik and his exoskeleton. Charles saves Daisy by distracting Malik, giving them both visions of hers of a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent dying in space before dying himself. That's Charles dying himself. So that's the plot summary for this episode. I really enjoyed this episode because I like a time travel episode. I like it. No, not time travel, but a time kind of funny episode. This with Charles being able to show people their deaths or somebody's death, and showing parts of the future. And then this episode we also get Fitz explaining why time can't be changed, and where we first get Fitz being like set on his ways about time travel, which is one of my favorite things because I agree with Fitz. I'm on his side. Certain elements of time can't be changed. And I like the way he explains it with the stack of papers. He's like, yeah, it makes sense to me. I really enjoyed that scene, and I like that it kind of foreshadows to other time travel and future elements that we get later in the show, specifically when they go to the future. I really enjoyed that element of it, with the kind of foreshadowing that, like, this is who Fitz is. He believes a certain thing about time, and I like that we get that in this episode. Daisy obviously sees a few different flashes. We get the flash that we saw at the beginning of the season, and now Daisy's aware of this flash where there's a Quinjet and some S.H.I.E.L.D. agent dying in space. I still don't remember how this thing plays out. I'm excited to get to the end of the season to rewatch and see. And then we also have Hive. He seems to be back to his full power. He's kind of manipulating Malik into being like, well, no, you don't want to take over the world. You just want to feel strong, don't you? You just want to feel real power. That's why he gives him this exoskeleton, which kind of works and then backfires because Malik's just like, just one quake and he's like, where's my bodyguard? Where's my inhuman bodyguard? So I thought that was a little bit funny, but it was kind of interesting, this dynamic between Hive and Malik. It originally started with Malik kind of being the, one in more of a position of power, and now Hive's kind of back to full strength and able to kind of he's manipulating the Inhumans that were working for Malik. So it's a really interesting episode for all those elements. And then we get a little bit of action at the end, Daisy kicking some butt. It's a fun scene. I just really enjoyed this episode for all that. It was mainly the time travel stuff, or not time travel, the future stuff, seeing the future stuff that I really liked, which is to the future. And really liked Fitz in this episode be like, no, this can't be changed. We can't change stuff. And then in the end, even Sims was like, well, I guess some things are inevitable. That's pretty much all I had for this episode in particular. I'm sure I missed a few different Easter eggs or foreshadowing elements. Be sure to let me know in the comments below anything I might have missed. And be sure to let me know anything you liked in particular about this episode or maybe didn't like. But thanks again for joining me today, and be sure to have a good one.